Donald Trump says there are no talks with Iran, just one day after claiming that back-channel negotiations were underway. The US president also insists the Strait of Hormuz is open, while Iran says the waterway will remain closed until Washington fulfills the terms of a failed peace agreement. In a post on Truth Social, Trump said no negotiations were taking place or scheduled. He claimed the US naval blockade of Iranian ports remained in force, but that other ships could move freely through Hormuz. He also said all naval mines had been removed or destroyed. Iran disputes that account. Its chief negotiator, Mohammad Ghalibaf, says the strait will remain closed until the US complies with the Memorandum of Understanding signed in June. Iran's conditions include lifting the blockade and oil sanctions, releasing frozen Iranian assets, and ending US military operations and threats. Trump's latest comments contradict his claim a day earlier that Washington was holding back-channel discussions with Iran's Revolutionary Guards. Tehran denied those talks were happening.
Yeah, the president posted on Truth Social, and he was very clear that ensuring that Iran never has a nuclear weapon is the #1 priority for the United States. I asked the president about the communication with the Iranians, and interestingly, President Trump confirmed to Fox News that there is a back channel with the IRGC. These are the hardline officials inside of Iran, and that the United States and officials in Washington are speaking directly with IRGC officials in Iran. This is another indication that the Trump administration is not just dealing with the political echelon in Tehran, but also some of these hardliners that have launched attacks against U.S. forces and, of course, in the Strait of Hormuz. But the critical headline here is the president's patience as it relates to dealing with the Iranians. He said there is no timeline. And so this 60-day window that is expiring today is largely irrelevant in terms of the president's thinking as it relates to Iran. And again, he indicated the United States has a lot of mid-level weapons to use if they're needed in the future. But he calls on the Iranians to raise the white flag of surrender. And again, as this moves forward here, there are these parallel talks taking place between Iran and Oman. The president warning Oman not to get in the way of the U.S. naval blockade and the efforts to control the Strait of Hormuz.
A U.S. official has since told Al Jazeera that positive discussions with Iran had taken place, but that Trump had ordered negotiators to pause until Tehran was ready to make a deal. The official denied there was any contradiction within the administration. Trump also posted a map labeling the Strait of Hormuz as new U.S. territory, repeating his threat to claim the strategic waterway after what he predicts will be Iran's surrender. The White House has previously suggested such comments were made in jest. Iranian officials are treating them as a challenge to the country's sovereignty. Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister Ghalibaf warned that Trump's delusion over the strait would either be corrected by him or by Iran. The Strait of Hormuz lies between Iran and Oman and is an international shipping route critical to global energy supplies. The US cannot unilaterally declare it American territory. Iran and Oman are holding separate talks over how the strait could be managed and partially reopened. Qatar says mediators are waiting for the outcome of those negotiations before attempting to restart direct diplomacy between Washington and Tehran. But military tensions continue across the region. The United Arab Emirates says its air defenses detected 2 ballistic missiles launched from Iran on Tuesday. Both reportedly landed in the sea. Separately, 8 airstrikes hit the Abu al-Dohar military base in northwestern Syria, causing damage but no reported casualties. Several countries, including the US, have blamed Israel for those strikes. Washington's envoy for Syria and Iraq described the attack as an unnecessary escalation. For now, the US and Iran cannot even agree on whether talks are taking place or whether Hormuz is open. With shipping restricted, regional strikes continuing, and both sides escalating their claims over the strait, the diplomatic path appears increasingly uncertain.